As you can see, I'm clipped into a lead anchor, which is one of our critical connection points. Other critical connection points that I could clip into are any belay cable that has 3 cable clamps, or it must have 2 swages. And you can see that over here we have 2 ferrules, 1, 2, which is a metal piece that has just been clamped and swaged around our cable. Now, if I wanted to, I could also clip into an eye bolt directly to it, only if it's been backed up with some sort of backup cable that, again, must have either 2 swages or 3 cable clamps. Lead anchor, safe to clip into. Belay cable, which has 3 cable clamps or 2 ferrules, safe to clip into. Or we can clip into an eye bolt that's been backed up with a backup cable. Those are the only 3 things we can safely clip into that are called critical connection points. Now, if we look at how our systems are connected, we have our 3 cable clamps, so it's okay to be a critical connection or a belay point. We have our system, which consists of a pulley, a rapid link, and an SRD, which stands for a shear reduction device. And this allows the rope to move over it, creating a little bit of friction, but reducing rub. Some people, in some courses you'll see, will have the rope come directly over a rapid link. What that'll do is that'll put high pressure pinch points on the rope and also allow yourselves to wear through the rapid link over time. So we use an SRD to not only increase our belay ability, but also reduce the amount of wear and tear we're using on our ropes. So we have our pulley, our rapid link, and our SRD. An important thing to remember about our rapid links is that you always want to screw down so that you don't screw up. Because if you're working on this over time and the rapid link is oriented the other way, over time gravity and wear and tear on this will actually cause it to unscrew. So you want to make sure gravity is working with you and tightening down as you have a participant on your event. Now, other equipment we have up here is behind here. You'll see we have a thimbled eye bolt, and it's an eye bolt that goes all the way through the pole, and it's thimbled, which allows us to angle out our belay cables if need be. If you're to look down here, you can see that this is not a belay or critical connection point because there's only 1 ferrule on it, and this is simply, if you trace it down, this is just an activity cable that's not actually supporting anybody's weight. That's on this cable, and that's on this cable up here, which has 2 ferrules, our belay point for our leap of faith, and all the way down at the other end, if your eyes can see that good, there are 3 cable clamps. And that is essentially what we have up here for our ropes course. And you can see it's going to be the same on every event. And if you look at our other pole over here, you're going to notice that we have our guide cables going down to the ground, anchoring safely. And if we go down to that pole over there, we have our guide cables anchoring back for safety, reducing the need to have a guide cable off of this pole. Now, an important thing to note is that it is not safe to clip into a staple. These have simply just been hammered into the pole, whereas our lead anchors have actually been screwed and bolted in and allows us some working wiggle room. It's tempting to want to clip into these because it makes climbing faster. However, these are not critically rated and it is not safe to clip into. And ladders are the most dangerous part because it's the only point in which we're not clipped into anything. So be extra careful on the ladders. This right here is one of our guide cables, and they're attached at the top of all of our poles, and then they come down and they anchor to this massive anchor plate buried underneath the ground. This cable is a 3/8 inch steel cable rated about 14,400 pounds of force. It goes all the way down over this thimbled eye bolt, and then it's backed up by 2 cable clamps. And over the top, to make them easily marked and visible, we have a guide sleeve, which lets people know where they are so no one runs into them. Now, let's go check out our rescue bag, our rescue kits, and all the components to our ropes course.